Om. 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 In our culture, we are trained not to fear death, rather to analyze death. Analyzing death in a grand way. When this body dies, this body and all outside of this body will die too. It will not have a relationship with you. In contrast, when this body dies, the mind and all inside the body will not die. This will continue to have a relationship with you. If you are 50 years old right now, and suppose you have another 50 years to live, what would you invest in terms of longevity, having the greatest impact? I would infer that it would be the mind and all inside the body. Rather than investing in a relationship, investing in one's relationship with that relationship to be more understanding, more compassionate, more independent. The micro way to analyze death is that we can experience this at any moment, and no one knows when that moment will be. the implication of this insight, the shift in investment from your outer world to your inner world that you're going to do over the next 50 years has to be done now. 50 years is not guaranteed. 50 minutes is not assured. The investment has to be now. Reflect more. I'm using the body as a reference for outside and inside. The body is outside, the body will die. The mind is inside, the mind will not die. What if you change your identity to be even more inside of the mind, intellect, ego, etc.? What if you change your sense of I to that which is not subject to death? Visualize the freedom of having renounced fear. All of this is possible through contemplation. By changing one's identity from outside to inside. What causes one fear is reduced more and more and more until there is no fear. It's as if death has died. This is why Pujaswami Chinmayananda has called contemplation the highest vocation. All of this is encapsulated in the term Sanatana, infinite awareness, deathlessness, fearlessness, oneness. Why don't you feel this? There is only one pseudo cause. Pseudo because it's not real. The pseudo cause is avidya, or forgetting your nature, forgetting nature. From this single forgetting, so much love is thrown at this forgetting to help us vidya, or remember our nature, to remember nature. In a broad way, dharma is a path that is provided to us to remember. We forget this as well. More specificity is offered to us through Vedanta. In our habit of forgetting, this too we do not follow. And so more specificity is offered in the form of Mahavakya, the greatest teachings that are teaching you that you are the greatest. Tat Tvam Asi, or Sanatana Tvam Asi. Deathless you are. Why don't you feel Sanatana? Our forgetting is deep. This forgetting is expressed as busyness, stress, unintentional living. And so more love is offered to us. More specificity on Tattvamasi is offered in the form of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Gita means song. A better word for this is system. Bhagavad, this is directly offered from divinity. Divinity's system. And so, Srimad, knowing or not knowing how powerful this offering of love is, that one can't use a casual term towards this. Srimad means respectful. Better is reverential. The reverential system of divinity. The reverential system to divinity. When Puja Swami Tejomayananda taught me contemplation, specifically Dhyana Yoga, that is Srimad Bhagavad Gita's chapter 6. In our training, he always commenced with being grateful. In our previous training in the highest vocation, for 18 mornings, for 30 mornings, our silence retreats, we've completed 19. I have shared with you to appreciate what you have. And so our instinct goes to safe cars, clean water, loving parents, a good education system, health system. And one should be appreciative of all of this. Try to be more appreciative of that which is changing, unintentional living, changing stress, changing busyness. So much love has been offered to us in the forms of Dharma, Vedanta, Mahavakya, Gita. Appreciate what you have. Practice. Awareness you are is opened up in a most practical way in Srimad Bhagavad Gita. This map of 18 chapters. The first 6 chapters help us to remember Tvam, you, specifically your relative nature. The next section of Bhagavad Gita, chapters 7 through 12, help us to understand or remember that divinity's absolute nature. The final section of Bhagavad Gita, chapters 13 to 18, help us to understand asi, are. If there's a relative, there has to be an absolute. High school science has taught us this. If there's an absolute, there can't be a relative. Know this to become this, to re-become this. If you have faith in the absolute, and I know you do, and have faith, there is no relative. Still, if you feel there is, be clear. The relative is relative, not more. Practice. Shanti. Shanti. Shanti.